Dude, this is such an Alicia, such a Honkai Impact 3rd reference. Even the old school TV, just like the animated short. Even the font, I feel like it's the same. So we are going straight into the PV, huh? Let's see.
Unlike Panagone's dreamscape, this place is built up a true epic measured in millennia.
Wild Void Rangers are just expendable pawns of the destruction. The real wild cards are
the Lord Ravagers.
Oh boy, here we go.
Time to move out.
This is going to be so epic.
They will begin recalculating the universe.
Welcome to the Trail of Genesis, friend.
Cyrene, this stage looks like Elysium Everlasting.
To awaken the ripples?
I'm still not the biggest fan of her design, but I will admit it that it grown on me.
Stars, please shine for the heroes. Remember me with love in that beautiful tomorrow.
Finally. The end
Finan,
of this journey.
Lygus.
With this fire, I wish eternal victory.
Once you take this step, there's no turning back.
Okay, let's hear the beat.
The infinite cycles have been broken.
As the ruler of Planet School,
connecting audience system to Scepter. Hardware overclocking.
The hero's journey crosses through the
Okay,
world.
they are really going all out with this.
Once again heads towards
Inside I'm furious, outside I'm furious. News.
finally comes to fruition. The ending is as we've written.
Dude, I'm very excited. If you're like me, you probably play multiple gacha games and of course HoYoverse games. If that's the case, allow me to introduce you to Aneba. Aneba is an online marketplace where you can top up in all your favorite HoYoverse games like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero. The process is very simple. All you have to do is make an account, access the game you want to top up in, select your server and in-game UID, and you're done! If things are still complicated, do not worry. Aneba has a step-by-step guide tailor-made for each game that lets you understand extremely easy how to top up. Also, for those of you worried that you might get in trouble or that you might be at any kind of risk, you can put your mind at ease. Aneba offers official distribution for their top-up services, so your account is safe. The platform has many reviews and a long-standing history in selling games with many offers on multiple platforms, so you don't have to worry. Aneba also has a loyalty program with many rewards for frequent Aneba users. So, don't miss out. Aneba is super fast, safe, and I've personally used it to top up in all the games I play. So, before you give in to the 50-50 guts, check out Aneba using the link in my description. It supports the channel and helps you get closer to C6ing your favorite character. Again, huge thanks to Aneba for sponsoring this video. But it looked like everybody is pulling up for the fight with Lygus this time, right? Lygus, for the fight with Iron Tomb. I mean, also Lygus, in a way, because we want to stop Lygus's plan from fruition. And it looked like even Hertas, Krulum, and if I'm not mistaken, we also saw the ships from the Xianzhao Luofu outside, because we know from the story from the last patch that they've called the Luofu, the Shenzhou Alliance, to come and assist. She's definitely dying, right? I mean, it wouldn't be an Alicia variant otherwise. In a way, they really push this Alicia-Cyrene connection so much. Even the lines that Cyrene has are from Alicia, to the point where
Somehow,
struggle
we're already at
to
version 3.7,
differentiate between
and we're
them.
about to
You
enter
don't
the final
realize how
chapter
many
of the
times
glorious story.
when I see Cyrene, I want to say Alicia, and I have to mentally stop myself and say Cyrene. They spoiling the boss fight again. Looks very, that form looks very similar to Finan. So maybe it wasn't Finan that I saw, it was actually Iron Tomb, but it looked like Finan turned into Iron Tomb. Oh boy, here we go. Again with the with the swing. I also saw that a lot of people criticized Cyrene for her design and everything around her being very similar to Alicia, when her story is not the same as Alicia's. And while I think there's a lot of overlap thematically between the story of Alicia and Cyrene, I can also see where people are coming from, because there are a lot of Alicia references in her design, her kit, her everything, when she's not really Alicia. Like, one thing that people pointed out is, why is she using a bow? She never used the bow in Amphorius. She had her scepter, right? And she's using a bow because she's an Alicia variant. And that's the thing which I agree with. Why does she have a bow? But and even her design it screams more Alicia than Cyrene, even though I would have loved if they would have if they went more with a Greek themed design for her, rather than this whole bridal Herrscher of human ego, love for humanity to the point that she quote unquote marries humanity. And I agree with the sentiment that maybe they took a little bit too much from Alicia to her and didn't let her be her own character that much, like they did with, I think, on the other hand, we had Finan, who also takes a lot of things from Kevin, but he also has his own identity that is very different from Kevin. I feel like Cyrene doesn't have that that kind of development. She's very much Alicia in that sense, while Finan is very different from Kevin. Yeah, and honestly, her voice actor really grew on me. I also thought at the beginning that she doesn't really fit the whole Cyrene Alicia vibe, but she really grew on me right now, so I don't really mind the voice acting. One thing that I have to admit, her animations are gorgeous. That's a fact. Say what you want about her kit, her animations are gorgeous. Too bad we'll never see her alt animation in game. Oh boy.
And I can provide my team with a variety of support effects.
Yes, you do. You do. Oh boy. All I will say is that if you have this team that they are showing right now on the screen, pull Cyrene. If you don't have this team and she's not your favorite character, maybe reconsider. Yeah, so this is another thing with her kit. She has unique buffs for every Chrysos heir.
They can face hardships.
But from my understanding,
burdened with death and partings.
Not all the buffs are made equal, let's say that. Some are better than others. I also think it's a very interesting mechanic, honestly. And like I said in the beginning, I really don't think she will be as bad as people make it out to be. I'm convinced that she will be alright. She will be a good unit. Okay, so this is basically the ending animated short for Amphorius. And the new song. Remember when they used to do this for Honkai Impact 3rd? Those were the good days, huh? It's a shame. Are they talking about the currency wars? Yeah. I'm actually weirdly excited for this new game mode. Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Dude, this will make grinding so much easier. We can customize our Trailblazer. Nice. Honestly, I feel like Stella would wear something like this.
确实很有开拓者的风格啊。
还有它的光追
What?
也会加入到巨灵柱星穿电的兑换。
Exchange
在
for
3.7版本更新后，开拓者可以免费获得1枚旅伴精灵代币，用于
So-
兑换穿电链的5星角色。
Do we get
是最受欢迎的登陆吉领环节。
do we get the free
没错
topaz?
登陆机灵。
怎样
Thank God I didn't use my token.
说完帽子再来
I
看看刚才
used
提到的
mine for
胜利
Ruan
故事
Mei. I
我
wanted
们
to
准备了一个视
re-one.
频
But honestly, I have topaz, so I don't really mind.
5-star relics.
Oh,
Yes.
this is
During the
awesome.
event,
This
you
is
can
awesome.
obtain a complete set of relics.
Version 3.7 also introduces
New planar
two sets of
ornaments.
planar ornaments. Amphorius, the Eternal Land,
Hmm.
and Tengoku Livestream. The relevant planar
Interesting.
picture
That
and
that
partner
that
play
sparkle
events return for limited time
planar
to
ornament.
challenges to earn.
And Tengoku. Maybe that's a
I know what's
hint.
next, everyone.
So no teaser for the next work. I don't know why, but the first time I saw this trailer, this scene kind of went over my mind. I saw, I remember seeing some Shenzhou ships, but it didn't click with me because that we actually saw Jin Yuan and Fei Xiao. Okay, so it wasn't really fine. This form, which I'm assuming it's Iron Tomb. Yeah, it's Iron Tomb first form, which looks similar to Finan in a way. But this is what I saw, but right now I don't think this is Finan, or it is Finan, because we know that basically he was absorbed by Iron Tomb, so maybe this is a Finan corrupted by Iron Tomb and we have to fight him. And the second phase is the Iron Tomb itself, the design that we are familiar with. Herta Space Station, and we see Ruan Mei is here, Skrulum, Asta, and the Astral Express. News. I also wanted to address this because we see news here, so I'm assuming that we will see news, but it would be nice to have all 3 Eons appear at the end, to have Nanook, Nus, and Fully all 3 gave us a gaze at the same time. Would be crazy. Peppy's gonna deal the final blow. Yeah, Peppy will save us all. To be honest, I expect a bit of info about 4.0. Honestly, the same. I really wanted to get a little bit of tease. But we actually got, let me go back to the new planar ornament, yeah. Because you know that basically they release new planar ornaments for future characters, right? Like you look at Amphorius, the Eternal Land, this is most likely made for Cyrene, very, very clearly. And we know that after Cyrene in 3.0, it will be the Dahlia Constance, which this doesn't look like it fit her very much. And then we have Tengoku Livestream, and this looks like a sparkle emote. And Tengoku, which is basically I'm assuming it's a very Japanese term, so sparkle, Japan, Edo Star, maybe, who knows. Like, this is very obviously for a new character, maybe a 4.0 character. Let's hope they're cooking at least. It depends what do you understand by saying let's hope they are cooking, because I'm very, very curious if they will keep the Amphorius format for the next planet, or they will backtrack a little on it. And when I say the Amphorius format, I mean the same format with having a main story quest that it is updated throughout the entire or almost the entire patch cycle of 4 point whatever, having the character stories being basically in the main story. Because I despite my my qualms with Amphorius' storytelling, and trust me, Amphorius is not perfect, and the storytelling could be better, and some moments of the story, especially in the early story in the beginning, could have been better. HoYo has this thing in MMO terms, they are a really good end scaler and a very bad early game unit, in the sense that, and I've noticed this throughout all of their games. Their early chapters, their setup chapters for their stories are really, really weak and a slog to go through. But the payoff for their stories are really, really good. And after you play through the entire story, you don't really mind the early slog. In fact, in a way, you are kind of happy that they took the time to introduce the story and the characters slowly and develop every bit and every aspect of it. But in the moment when you play through that early story, I will admit it's not the best player experience. And I think that if they could work on their introductions, make it more dynamic, make it not be such a slog to go through, it could be really beneficial for them. And I really hope they keep the Amphorius type of main story integration for the next planet as well, because I really, really enjoyed having a new main story update every 6 weeks. How about 4 stars? That's the worst thing that came with this saga, in my opinion. On the other hand, I like the story format in Amphorius. Yeah, I agree, Gabriel. I do think that we need more 4 stars, and I understand, because they put so much effort into the stories of these characters, so they wanted to basically market as each and every one as a 5 star, but we really do need some 4 stars, and this should be addressed. And you can make a great story for a character and have it a 4 star, but again, it's also very weird, and this is a thing that I've noticed on the internet, because a lot of people are advocating for more 4 stars. They want more 4 stars, but the moment a character is announced as a 4 star and that's their favorite character, they are mad, you know. So that's a weird thing, but I do really hope they will make some 4 stars, or add more characters, make some designs, and you don't really have to make some explosive story for them. Have them just be recurring characters that are just there. You don't really have to go into details about their story. But I would be inclined to say that even during 2.0, some of the 4 stars had some really good stories. I mean, we have in Penacony, we have Misha, we have Gallagher, who are integral characters to the plot of the entire world. We also have Moza, which he was cool during the war dance and all.